Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great and wonderful day. And I think I'm going to be doing more of these mini clips or mini stories because it's a bit more easier to do in terms of trying to get content out there when I can't always get it out. So I'll be doing this for a little bit, but I'll also have long form content. Maybe not today, but definitely next week I'll have it. And then for I would say next week I will have a stream. Maybe I guess probably not of the gender transformation and all that stuff of their atrocity that's happening there. I still need to contact Epoch or Epic or whatever the hell you want to call it about me actually viewing this. If I can't get that solidified or confirmed by by Friday, I'll move the stream over to like a week afterwards or maybe 2 weeks afterwards, just so everybody knows what's going on. I want to make sure I get confirmation before I even do the stream in the first place. That would be the only reason why I wouldn't do it. Without further ado, we have this. We have that. Remember that the far left celebration of the October 7th Hamas decolonization terror attacks is something they themselves will want to see carried out in the U.S. They're always been rather clear about wanting their targets dead, which is why they support BLM and Antifa, etc. And this is also from Libs to TikTok. This goes on to say that, wow, Melanie Yazzie, a professor at UMass and UCLA, says the U.S. is an occupier and needs to be decolonized. The goal is to dismantle the cellular project that is the United States. For the freedom and future of all life on this planet depends on that. You're a reminder that when they call for decolonization, they really mean genocide against their oppressors. So we're going to go and do stuff like go over this and see exactly what they're talking about.
Hearing people on social media saying like, oh, land back, like genocide, does this mean genocide? No, but land back is going to happen. That's going to happen, the indigenous perspective in Turtle Island, and how we understand what is also happening in Palestine. And what we really want you to take away tonight is, as Anthony said, we're in the belly of the beast, right? We're all indigenous people who come from nations that are under occupation by the United States government. And of course, the US bankrolls the Israeli occupation of Palestinian land. They're one and the same, really.
No, they're not. Listen, we came to this country, we took it over as a part of things, but this does not mean that the land was stolen. If anything, the people that were living here were not living up to great standards, and honestly, as fucked up as it sounds, we made it better. However, this does not mean that the people that were born here, the people that have lived here for generations, deserve death. Because what do you do when you say decolonize? Because you can't decolonize a nation without some type of war within. This person has no idea what they're even talking about, right? The matter of fact is that when you want to say these type of things, when you say things that, like, when you're saying decolonization or anything with a whole group of people or something to do to get rid of them, you're talking about a genocidal type of attack. Because you can't just remove these people. What are you going to do? How are you going to remove these people? The only way you can remove these people is by force. And the only way by force, by this means, is by hurting people or killing them. There is no other area about this. And no, Israel did not just take over this part. I already went over this. Hamas, or Palestine, didn't even become a thing until like the 1980s. And it wasn't until like, I would say 1947 to where even Israel was recognized as independent. It has nothing to do with this. And Hamas wants to kill every single last one person. This isn't a thing that is okay here.
And so it's our responsibility as people who are within the United States to go as hard as possible to decolonize this place, because that will reverberate all across the world, because the US is the greatest predator empire that has ever existed, right? And so we want US out of everywhere. We want US out of Palestine. We want US out of Turtle Island, right? And that the goal is to dismantle the settler project that is the United States, for the freedom and the future of all life on this planet. It very much depends upon that.
No, it doesn't, because there's a whole bunch of people wanting to come here for crazy reasons. We have developed a country that many people want to come to because of the freedom that we have. Now, there are people coming here that want to take over this country that have nefarious reasons. And the thing is, you're able to speak your opinions because you live in this country. If you go to almost any other country, Russia being one of them, you trying to speak out against the nation of Russia would have you arrested and probably killed somewhere because you don't have freedom of speech in Russia. You just don't. So you thinking that this is just what the country is terrible. And by the way, you far leftists, you woke people, by the way, are the ones that are doing just what you're talking about. Because in order for you to do what you guys want to do, with the being a threat, is that you guys go out and try to put your stuff, what you believe, out to the other countries of the world. I can think of many U.S. citizens that do not care very much of what other countries do. But you people will go out and try to influence other people by what you're saying. That's what you're doing. I don't see how this is very difficult to understand. Because if this is a perfect example here, when you go with the Spider-Man 2 game that was released, and people were complaining about how the far left were changing the language of that country's language to fit Western view takes. The far left are doing this. Nobody else is advocating for it, and you people are the ones that are doing it. And this is from Mark that says, the University of Minnesota is a woke joke. These colleges need to be defunded until they get rid of DEI. University of Minnesota's College of Education Race, Culture, Class, and Gender Task Group. Teacher candidates must demonstrate that they reject the American dream and the myth of meritocracy. Further, aspiring teachers must be able to explain how institutional racism works in schools and the history of assimilation to white middle class of Christian meanings and values history of white racism. Now, I don't know about you, but the last time I checked is that there is a lot of black racism as well. Because what we're seeing is a lot of black people going after white people. We're seeing an immense attack on white people. So this is something that you guys are being racist towards. Everything that you guys speak of, everything that you want to be saying is what's happening is what you guys are doing. Slip it around and it's exactly what you guys are doing. There is no difference here. And that's the problem that I have with it. It's disgusting that we have stuff like this. Thanks for Libs of TikTok for letting us know. And thanks for Andy No for also letting this go forward. Remember that the far left celebration of October 7th Hamas decolonization terror attacks is something they themselves would want to see carried out in the U.S. They've always been rather clear about wanting their targets dead, which is why they support BLM and Antifa, etc. Let that be known to everyone what these people want. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. Cause it's algorithmic disease, the social media.